Good morning, everybody. We're at kind of a weird angle. I have quite a few items to ship with you guys today. I think 9, and that would be all from Sunday and whatever came in this morning. There's like weird lighting going on all over the place. I'm very tired this Monday morning, but I thought I should do a vlog and maybe that would keep me motivated to just kind of trug along through the day. I did want to talk about Poshmark really quick because I did wake up to a couple emails that my password needed to be changed or something along the lines. At first I thought, like, is this some sort of scam? I had been seeing people over the weekend in Facebook groups where there were password issues, there were issues of listings of theirs being deleted that seemed to be kind of tied in with the software of, is it Sidekick maybe? I can't remember what it was called. One of the like sharing, I think it's a cross listing site as well. So I did change my password. It didn't seem to like do anything weird. I did get another email from Poshmark, or actually on the main feed, that said that they were asking people to change passwords due to security issues. So I don't know if that was because Flip was like going in sharing and they did something different. I don't know. It seems like a lot of things are changing on Poshmark and they're not really letting us know in advance. I've also been hearing that they're going to be going through by the end of the year and taking all of our cover photos and making them in a white background. I have not verified this. This is just what I've been hearing people say. I'm not going to be upset about it. I just hope that it's not going to, I mean, I guess I just don't know how they're going to do it. And are they going to be making sure that whatever they're using that's getting rid of the background is not going to be getting rid of any of the picture of the actual item, I guess you could say, because sometimes it gets a little wonky. I don't know. So it's weird. Let me know in the comments what you've heard about Poshmark or anything with that. I'm going to quick grab these and then I will show you what sold for how much and what platform. Okay, so only one on Mercari, which is fine. This was a torrid, like, what did I call this? A walk-through maxi dress. So it had shorts. It's like a romper with a skirt kind of attached to it, I guess. I've done pretty well with that style for Torrid. Torrid has been doing actually pretty decent for me. I don't know if that's just because I am pricing it better, picking up better pieces, or if the brand's just having a resurgence. I'm not quite sure. But that one is going to Montana. Okay, so 2 on Depop. This is a pair of vintage Abercrombie & Fitch shorts. These are the fatigue style. I think it says that actually in the tag. I was told from a YouTuber quite a while ago that these were more popular, more sought after. You could get more money for these. I've actually sold, I think 3 or 4 vintage Abercrombie shorts that were not the fatigue a lot faster than these. Could it just be that the size and somebody just couldn't find them? Possibly. But these ended up going for $40 plus shipping. But I think I've had these for close to a year. These are going to Brooklyn, New York. Then the last item over there, this is a backpack. I don't think it had a brand. It's just a really kind of like hippie, grunge-ish type style backpack. It's all fabric, so it's really bendable. This one went for an offer of $16.50, and this one will be going to, and this one's going to Houston, Texas. Now on eBay, this was a skirt from the brand Corette. It had like kind of like a romantic, grungy, floral look to it. This one's going to Minneapolis, so they'll get this one pretty quick. And this one went for, let's see, this one went for an offer of $24.60 plus shipping. I did finally get some of these poly mailers, the Ground Advantage brown ones. These are really nice. I put in another order for a bunch of these and the padded ones. The padded ones I still have not gotten from, I think, my very first order. So I guess we'll see Not the padded ones that are like a paper bag. Those I have completely gotten rid of. I brought them back to the post office because they were horrible. They were too big to store. They were very heavy. There were a lot of complaints from customers, not me personally, but I'd seen on other groups where they were opening them and the stuffing on the inside was getting everywhere. So I am not using those. But I'm just going to use these black ones I have. I think I bought like almost 1,000 of them last year before the tariffs were going to be put in place, and before we really knew what the packaging material was going to be like for Poshmark. So I am starting to use these down. Let's see. So the first one going, this is Lucy in the Sky. This brand is like, kind of like Hello Molly. They're not... I personally don't think that the craftsmanship of like the sewing and stuff is made that great. It's like elevated Shein, I guess, is what I would say. But they retail for quite a bit and they sell for a decent amount. This was picked up at the bins. It's a like neon ruched bodycon mini dress in a size small, and this one went for an offer of $26. This was a really cute Old Navy kind of holiday style dress. It was a mini, I think a bigger size, a 2X, perfect for the upcoming holidays. This one ended up going for an offer of $20. So this is like, this one is a vintage knit kind of like rainbow style top. This one, and I haven't had this one for too long, and this one is going also to North Carolina. And it sold for $22. This one is a witchy, kind of like a dark, moody floral top. I believe it was from Dress Barn, a size small. This one went for $25, and it's going to Rhode Island. And then the last thing that's going out, these are a pair of boots from the brand Freelance. These came in a thread-up box. I don't think I filmed that one. They're very witchy, kind of like Edwardian type of style. The brand seems to do pretty well. These have a couple condition issues, just like on the tips of the toes and stuff. But these did end up going for an offer of $65. With these boxes, I have noticed that the tape doesn't stick very well, so I always make sure to just really kind of push it down. I'm using up the rest of my eBay tape. I don't think I'll be getting this again, just because the eBay tape I feel like doesn't stick well, but I was using clear tape on these boxes as well, and they still were kind of like peeling a little bit. So just something to be aware of when you are using the new Ground Advantage boxes. I will show you a quick haul of what I got at the bins on Saturday. And this is how not great, maybe this will help a little, I don't know, the bins have been recently. Just a skirt with a little frill at the bottom. That's pretty typical for me to find. This is a dress from Jules and Cleo. I originally was going to send this to Plato's Closet, but comps looked pretty decent for it, and this is kind of the style that's still in for homecoming dresses with this lace up in the back. This could also be like a New Year's dress. So I'm going to try selling this one myself. This is an older Eddie Bauer quarter zip, half zip, but it is the First Ascent line. I normally can pull a little bit more money with that, so I'm going to try that one on my own. This is from Sonoma. The only reason I picked this up was because it was new with tags. It's an extra large. This would be perfect for a vacation. That is something that I am starting to look for right now, is to like start putting in my closet in stores, vacation wear, swimsuits. We're going to be in December here pretty quick, and then people are going to start going on vacations, thinking about spring break. So that is something that I'm looking for to put in my inventory. This one is a style base. It's Advanced Apparels. I've seen this tag a couple times. They all kind of have this like boho, hippie, fairy grunge type look. A pair of Torrid jeans. These are the perfect, a wide leg in a size 18. Comps really didn't look great on this, but I was desperate for inventory. So if these don't go after a while, I'll probably send them to Plato's. This is a vintage, like, tapestry, artsy type jacket. It has jag wires on it. We'll see about this one. I'm hoping to get close to 30. This is from the brand Live and Let Live, a size 2X, but it does have these bats on it. It's also quarter sleeve, or not quarter sleeve, 3/4 sleeve, and then like a ribbed Henley. And then 2 more skirts. This one's just a black floral pull-on. And then this one's more of a Y2K, kind of giving like fairy vibes with the little tiered piece on the bottom, and then it does have sequins on it. So yeah, that's all I got on Saturday, and I was there. If you haven't watched the channel before, you haven't heard me say, it's not the Goodwill bin, so they only have what they have. They're not continuously putting out new inventory, so I went through everything in probably, I don't know, an hour and a half. It was pretty busy too. So unfortunately, I didn't get very much, so I don't have much to list. So I'm hoping this week is a little bit better. Otherwise, maybe towards the end of the week, I'll have to go out of town or something and go to some Goodwills that are near me. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with the thrifting, but another better angle maybe. But I will say I noticed my Goodwill has upped their prices on some items. For the longest time, they didn't have like baseline pricing. They changed that maybe 2 years ago at this point. So like jeans are $8.99, skirts used to be $4.99, shorts used to be $4.99, like pajamas used to be $4.99, and then shirts would be like $3.99 to $6.99, and then they had the boutique section. So whatever they deemed was, you know, more expensive, they'd put in there. But I've noticed that now the shorts, the skirts, the pajamas are all $5.99, and the boutique is like exploding with stuff that does not even belong in there. Like I'm talking about things that are stained, they're ripped. It's like Under Armour hoodies from 2010 that have grease stains on the front, and they're marking them anywhere from like $14.99 to $19.99. It's insane. And then you go to like other parts in the store with the clothes, none of it's really what I'm looking for, but it's so jammed that you can hardly move it. So it's like, why are we raising prices? If you have an overabundance of items, you'd think you'd want to run more sales or not increase prices, because obviously people are not buying it. I don't know. That's always been my biggest thing with all thrift stores. I understand that they need to make a profit, they need to pay people, but at some point you'd think you'd want to just continue with volume selling and selling it for a low amount and just keep stuff moving, because there's so much of it that ends up getting pulled and going to the bins because no one's going to pay what they are putting out there, because it's not even worth that for an average buyer to buy it for. So I don't know, that's my rant about that. I did want to tell you guys kind of this snotty message I got on eBay. Let's see if I can find it. I already blocked the person because I'm like, yeah, I'm not putting that energy into my life, because I probably would have been kind of mean when I said something back to her. Okay, so on my listings on eBay, I will put in like an auto decline amount. So let's say something's $25 and my auto decline is 20. If a person comes in and they keep offering me something below 20, eBay will automatically just keep declining it. So I had a pair of shoes. They were like a clog style from Walmart. They were new with tags. I got them for 50 cents on clearance. She came in and offered me 50% off, which obviously no, I'm not. And then she went up like $2. It declined it again. And she sent a message that says, as an 80-year-old, I'm uncomfortable trying to guess what price you actually will sell. Please advise promptly. Thank you. Like, who are you? Why do I need to stop everything I'm doing because this person needs to know what I would take for it? It's like, well, first of all, let's try something a little bit higher than 50%. You know what I mean? So I just blocked her. Then I got yesterday a false INAD from this cabbie blazer. I still don't really even understand what they're saying is wrong with it. They said it arrived damaged. The picture showed her, like, they're saying that the stitching, I think it's in the seam of the blazer, like on the inside, but it's literally her taking, let me see if I can do it with this. Okay, so she's like taking her fingers and pulling it so that it looks like it's, so that you can kind of see the threads. Well, yeah, when you're like literally pulling it this hard, you can. So I don't understand. I asked her to send me another picture because I don't know what she's trying to show me. She never said anything back. I knew I have to accept the return anyway, so I just sent her the label, and once I get it back, I'll double check it. If it is my bad and there is an actual hole or something, then fine, but to me, it looks like she's literally just pulling it so that you can see the threads and saying that it's a problem. Because above it, it looks the exact same. So I don't know. I don't know. I'm annoyed with that. But if it does come back and there is no hole, the threads are fine, I will report her. I do every time anyone does something like that, because they shouldn't be able to get away with that on eBay, because now I'm paying for her shipping both ways, which, whatever. Okay, we need to get going because now it is 8:49. I'm going to head to Woodman's and Walmart to do some grocery shopping. I don't have a lot. I did not meal plan this weekend. My boyfriend has been out of town doing like family hunting stuff, so he actually somehow, I don't know if he took PTO or what, but he has off until Friday. So since he's been gone, maybe he can do some of the cooking during the week. So I didn't really make a plan of what we're gonna do. So I'm just have to get just some like random things. Oh, my hair is so frizzy. It's currently 20 degrees here and the heat's been on all weekend, so that definitely doesn't help my hair situation. I need to get it cut. I need to figure out what I'm doing with it. Yeah, at this point, I think I'm just kind of rambling. I will say, though, with the thrifting at the bins, I have been doing very well with stuff for Plato's Closet and Once Upon a Child. I'm currently, till the end of the year, trying to do as much as I can because I'm sure we all know that insurance premiums went up. I currently get my insurance on the marketplace, so the ACA, and it went up $150 some from last year. And I could get one that is cheaper. The only issue with that is I kind of waited out. The one I have now, I think the deductible is $300, and my max out of pocket was like $3,000. If I went to the cheaper one, my deductible would have been $9,000 and my out-of-pocket max was like $10,800. So it's like I might as well just, I have the money already, but I'm trying to recoup it and put it in a certain savings account by going to Plato's and Once Upon a Child, just because then I feel better that that's just sitting there and that's what that's for in case I need to use it, to kind of offset that, because now it's another $150 some every month that's coming out of, you know, where I had it and I wasn't paying that much before. I'm also going to have my boyfriend look again at his company. Some companies do offer insurance to domestic partners if you've been living together for so many years. We've been together for, it's bad that I don't remember. I think it's going to be 13 or 14 years this coming April. 13, I think. We've had a mortgage for 7+ years. We just aren't married. It's not something that I'm super, like, I need to get married. I've had a lot of friends, family get married, and I don't know. I just feel like that just kind of adds an extra pressure, but unfortunately, you don't get as many benefits if you're not married. You know, like if one of us were to get sick, we don't have any say in what happens with that person unless we would become their power of attorney. So at some point we're gonna have to just do it, get married. Yeah. So I'm gonna see, I think we tried looking when I first started doing this to see if they offered that at all, and they did not. So I'm assuming they don't, but I just want to double check before I click, okay, let's keep this $150 premium thing going. But that's the joys of living in America with our healthcare system, because I know a lot of people go without insurance. I understand, you know, why that needs to happen if you can't afford it, if you think it's not worth it. There's just, I just can't do that. I just feel like there's so many things that could just happen. Unfortunately, again, in America, things do happen, and then people have to file bankruptcy because they get cancer, they get into a car accident, you know, anything could happen. So I will pay it. Hopefully things change at some point, because I'm going on a tangent now, and here my blood pressure is probably starting to elevate because this stuff just pisses me off so much, that our taxes are going to stuff that is not even useful to the average person in America. So I don't understand why it can't go towards funding insurance for all of us to, if not free, at least be a lot more affordable than what it currently is. But that is enough rambling, because like I said, we are already behind schedule. We're gonna head to Walmart. We're gonna head to Woodman's. This is currently what I'm reading right now. I normally listen to a lot of thrillers, horror type things. I'm wondering if that is part of why my mood has been kind of in the dumps for so long. I'm trying to change a couple things in my life to hopefully make that better. It could be, this might be too TMI or whatever, but I do really think that I am in perimenopause at the moment, because my family, a lot of women started menopause in their 40s. I'm currently 38, so that would make sense. I'm having signs of that being true, especially with my mood and just irritability with things. So I don't know. I'm trying to exercise more, eat better, listen to things that are maybe a little bit better for my mind to calm me. So if you are somebody that is in perimenopause or have been, any tips, let me know. The next time that I do see my doctor, I am going to ask if there's any type of hormone testing we can do, just to kind of see, you know, to make sure either yes, that's what it is, no, that's not what it is, and then maybe look at what else could be causing that. So, okay, we gotta stop talking, we gotta get moving. So I will see you guys at the grocery store. I am back home now. We'll do a little grocery haul. I got some of these little grape tomatoes and some basil. I think tonight we're gonna do like a sheet pan, like chicken caprese type of thing. I got these little mozzarella balls, Griffin's ice creams, Griffin's food, Fresh Pet. We do put this on top of his kibble. It's just too expensive to only feed him this. I will say that Fresh Pet is really good with like any issues. We opened one and there was some mold in it, so I sent a picture. There's like a whole form you fill out online, and they sent us a bunch of coupons for a full free one and some $1 off ones. I got some different yogurts. I'm trying to get rid of my like sweet treat at night habit. I probably more so. I've been having a lot of ice cream at night, so I'm trying to replace it with this and like sugar-free puddings, just so it's like something smaller. It's limited in the amount that I'm having. Just some of these little potatoes. This is kind of my new obsession. This with eggs and some vegetables in the morning, some carrots. And then at Walmart, I got some of the puddings I was talking about, more yogurts, milk. I have completely weaned myself off of creamer for quite a while now. I used to be like super into creamer, but now it's just so expensive and it's full of a bunch of stuff. So I will just use milk. And then on days when I want to have something like a little bit nicer or something, I will put in like heavy cream and maybe a sugar-free flavoring. And then I got 3 of these. These are my favorite flavor in this like bubbly water. And what else did I get? And then the 3 things of polar water. It's just sparkling water. So I'm going to put this stuff away and then probably go downstairs, start steaming those clothes that I showed you guys earlier. And then start listing, probably start editing some videos yet that I have to get out. And I don't know what else is going to happen yet today. So I will bring you down there for the steaming process and I'll just kind of show you what I do. Okay, so we are back downstairs right now. I have you up in my ring light. I put the ring light on the clothing that I am going to be steaming. I think you're kind of crooked. Okay, I think you're a little bit more straight now. So then I take my steamer. The light is facing this so that I can see what I am looking at. I'm looking for holes, stains that I maybe missed because we are under a brighter light. The steaming will help sanitize the item. It will, you know, obviously get rid of the wrinkles if there are any wrinkles, but it's also kind of just making me look at every piece or every place on the actual garment so that I am looking for anything that I might have missed while I was at the bins. And then I do the outside, and then I will just kind of do like a quick inside. If you do inside, just make sure you're watching your hand because the steam is very, very hot. So you want to make sure that you're not burning your hands or anything. But by doing this, I actually learned this from Gloria. Before, I would kind of just throw everything in the dryer if I could and look everything over when I was listing. But this has definitely helped because then I'm not pulling things that I think are clean and then I get ready to list it. Now there's a stain on it. So it just speeds up that process because now I don't have to, you know, stop what I'm doing while I'm listing. I'm just, if I would find a stain, then I could deal with it right away. So then I just put it over there, and then I go to my next one. And I just continue doing this until I am completely done. Like I said, it's just kind of like it's also kind of calming to me to do this. And then while I'm steaming it, it just makes my eyes go to all of the places that I need to be looking. So all of the seams where there could be issues. Also, when I get to the jeans, I really make sure to check the hem so that they weren't shortened or anything. But yeah, like I said, it's just a good way to make sure that you're not missing flaws or little stains, and then it just speeds up your listing process. And it makes everything else, you know, it makes it look more presentable. Like, I'm just going to go to these jeans really quick. If you're looking at them right now, they're kind of like bunched up here on the bottom. So if I steam that out, it's going to make the picture look a lot nicer. And the pockets, that's another thing. Always check your pockets. There's a receipt in here for Arby's. So you can make your pockets flat. That will make the picture look a lot nicer. So if I wouldn't have checked that pocket and somebody bought these, I would have sent them out with an Arby's receipt in them. So yeah, I just want to make sure down here that I'm getting that hem. I don't know if you can see me, but I'm talking to you. That to get that hem nice. and flat. Because if you can see here, if you look at the two of them, this one here has now been steamed flat, and this one is still all bunched. And that almost makes it look like maybe there's a flaw, maybe this was hemmed, and it's like wonky stitching. So this will just be a nicer, cleaner picture as well. So that's another reason why I make sure to steam pretty much everything. I don't really know. I wouldn't steam anything that I've washed and came out of the dryer unless it really needed it, but I definitely think this is a must at this point. Just makes everything look nice, crisp, clean, and you're looking for those flaws. So thank you, Gloria, for showing me that. I don't even know when that was now. Probably maybe 2 years ago, a year and a half ago. I can't remember when I first found her channel, but so I'm going to continue doing this and then probably get listing for the day. That might be the end of today's video because I have a lot of just not very fun things to do, and I don't know how fun it would be for you as a viewer to watch me just do computer work. So yeah, I think I'll just end the video here. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure to give it a like. It really helps out the channel, and I really appreciate it. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!